on my
Keep in
end,
mind, but I've got to let the
whenever
dog out real quick before I
whenever Ember
get into the
types, it
show.
sounds really
So I will be right
violent.
back. Yet again.
This bamboo keyboard is bamboo and fingernails is loud.
I'm so excited.
No doubt. Ooh, Dota 2, don't care. Alright, Nightbot, Showbot, already set. My camera's in a weird place again. This
So 142.
You're tiny in the corner of your little box.
142 is correct then. So
yes.
Change that there. There we go. Hooray. Excelente.
Closed captioning. It's so funny. Something about Ortiz replacing an arm.
All right.
Okay. Close attention, but the city and what the hell? Just shut that off.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, you didn't list.
Oh wow, the title screen says episode 140.
Uh-oh. You didn't list the person I am most excited to see this year at DragonCon on your list. Carl Urban.
Oh, no. I couldn't care less.
He's my favorite. My favorite.
No, not my thing. If you're having that stuff, we'll give plenty to talk about, and you'll have your own stuff.
Yeah, I just get to flail for a little bit. Be like, yay! So excited. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I am really liking him in The Boys. You seen The Boys?
Episode 142 now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not
So
one that
I was thinking it's Carl Urban, the country guy.
No.
That's Keith Urban.
Okay.
No, Carl Urban, the man who played Bones in Star Trek and the I can't remember the name, Eowyn's brother in Lord of the Rings. It's an AO name, but I can't remember the end of it.
And he's in The Boys.
Yeah, I've seen like snippets of it. The story itself is not one that I particularly enjoy.
I like.
Which one?
The Boys.
The Boys. It's like
It's a
deconstruction of superheroes, and it's really it's not my cup of tea.
So my buddy Joe, who sometimes saying us out in our chat, is Breezy Bone. He's here a lot of times for our recordings. Anyway, he is super into that show. He talks about it all the time. Like Rob
and I've been the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll be just randomly hanging out. And he's telling me about whatever's happening on that show. How come you're so tiny all of a sudden? What happened to you?
I know, she shrunk.
I said, where did you go?
Why
also, I don't know, but also like we need to make you like put you in the place better.
Also, no shrink. no shrunking, please.
All right, is everybody feeling like they feel good about where their cameras are at? Does everybody feel like they're a whole person right now?
Feel like it.
Not in real life.
Okay, you know what?
You ever feel like you're an NPC?
A non-pedal character? Sorry, we were joking because there's these fucking characters that are like, go talk to that guy over there and tell him this thing. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, go tell that bro he's like 20 feet away from you. And it's like the second time we get a quest like that. And so he's like, well, obviously they're NPCs, their legs don't work. And I'm like, oh, so they're non-pedal characters. So I have decided that is what I'm going to refer to them as from now on into the future.
I like it.
Until the end of time. I feel like I've just been on a stream all day. I streamed for like 8 hours
been a lot of streaming,
yesterday. Like, I'm sorry, 10 hours yesterday.
I'm so excited
no.
though. I've lost some weight. You can start seeing my collarbone.
Collarbone.
Yeah,
that's always exciting.
I was showing off all your stuff, and it was super adorable. Your pink diamond.
I have something to talk about that, but we'll do it in the
Okay, we'll do it in the thing. We'll do it in the thing with the stuff. Let me make sure. I think we actually have sounders this time, so give me just a second. I'm just go ahead and raid my viewers over into this channel, and if you don't mind, I'm gonna have us raid back to my channel after.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Why am I big now?
I don't. Oh, I fixed you. I thought.
No, now I.
Oh, that's what happened. Apparently,
but she's got 2 frames for one eye and a shoulder blade.
Apparently, that's what happened to your camera. Okay, Skype. That was so weird because you were so tiny, and I was like, "What is going on?" So I stretched you out, and then all of a sudden you're like gigantic.
It's like boing. I fixed it. Thanks, Skype.
Right.
Oh, Sam Hears is on too. By the way, Sam Hears has been giving us mad props. He's been listening to our shows.
Yeah, he told me that. He was really excited. We're going to have him on.
I showed up at the stream the other day, and he was just like going on and on. It was really great.
Yeah, we're absolutely going to have him on. So Sam did an original piece for me one time that I commissioned from him, and it's amazing, and I love it. Also, he was a member of Steam Powered Giraffe, but now does his own music on his own. He does art. He plays video games. He's a super fun time. He's a cool dude. I'm hoping I actually get a chance to meet him this year, because when I was in San Diego last time, I met Steve, but Sam wasn't around, so I didn't get a chance to meet Sam. Let's see here. I am checking sounders.
Games, gear, grills. Welcome to the Geek Grills podcast.
Is the NPC of your own life? That's fair. That's cool. So your non-fetal character in your own life. Yes. Let's check the volume on this one.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Bernie and I are both feeling that way. Pretty much for the last couple of weeks.
Geek Grills.
You're not going to hear anything yet. It's going to be on the recording, though.
Cute.
It's my dad and my eldest and my middle.
Okay, September, talk like you're going to talk on the show.
I'm going to talk like this right in front of my microphone.
Good. All right, Linda?
Alrighty, I am doing a sound check.
I like sound checks. We're checking the sound check. check, mic check, bill check. I don't know any other checks right now.
Gorbachev?
Gorbachev? That's a Gorbachev. Gorba something? Gorba who's
got a weird birthmark to show.
Oh, God. Wow. Cool.
I can shame Gorbachev. Give me a break.
So, I assure you they're louder on my side, but tell me, are you...
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
It's pretty nice.
Is it a good volume?
It is a good volume. It's not as... Well, I heard it come up a little. I don't know if you turned it up right after it started playing.
Maybe.
I'm not
Games, gear, grills. Welcome to the Geek Grills podcast.
And that one did the same thing. It's a little low.
It's going to be... I mostly this is just for you guys. So keep in mind that the audio that's going to the podcast, to the actual recording, should be slightly different. All right, I think I'm good there. We got people in... I rated my people into this channel, which got weird, but I did it. This is oddly incestuous, switching stream keys. I'm like, what's happening? All right, I also need to occasionally make sure that my character is moving, because apparently it does make me AFK even if I auto run. So that means I need to turn my sound off so that I can click it occasionally and not be in a 2-hour queue. All right,
we have like... Oh, and Alex just went live too.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be going live right now. It's classic Fun Fest.
It
right
would be
now.
completely out of form to have just the WoW background music playing in the background the whole time. No.
I know, right? Unfortunately, it's just lame Westfall and the scritching of my character's boots against the wood floor of this little hut. So, not entirely sure.
Should have gone to Stormwind.
I can't go to Stormwind right now. That costs money.
To
and my
go
hearth.
to Stormwind?
Well, yeah, it costs a silver. That's like 10% of my money right now. It's classic, baby. We're back
Just
in
to walk
vanilla
in.
days.
I
We're
didn't
poor
play
as fuck. I just literally we were
Yeah, I saw you
scraping
trying to figure
shit
out what
between
to get earlier.
characters trying to fucking buy shit.
Yeah, I saw you trying to tip earlier. You're like, I don't know what to tip. Is 25 copper okay? I'm like, holy shit, you only have 11 silver. That's a big tip. Yes, you're fine.
To be fair though, it was super nice of her to do that because it saved me so much time.
Like, you're trying to figure out your 20%.
I know. I'm like,
silver,
what's
copper.
considered a reasonable tip, guys? Asking for a friend. Okay, let's see. Let's get you up in here, up in here, up in here. Where's my fucking show notes now? How did I lose my show notes?
Bark, bark.
Yeah, of course.
All right, is everybody good? Everybody ready? Everybody feeling all they're feeling all the ways they want to feel right now?
Ready.
All right, good. I like it. I like it. Linda, you're hosting. I gotta get in my chair.
Yes.
What am I doing? It's like a different place that I sit when I'm doing the podcast recording, so my mic needs to be in a whole different area. And this part, Linda, remember when my mic used to just fall out all the time?
Mm-hmm.
And it would be like we're waiting for Ember, and basically Jen is just repeatedly catching her microphone. So we're gonna get to that point pretty soon because this one's wearing out.
Oh boy.
We're just about there. Let's see. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I don't know. I feel like my volume is way high, and I can't figure out why. And September, you've been saying that too, that I come across super hot in the recordings too, right?
Yeah, even though it doesn't sound
Even
that
though
way.
it doesn't in my...
And it doesn't look that way in your thing, yeah.
All right.
But when I recorded with Linda last week, that happened to mine. Like,
okay, so maybe it's whoever hosts.
Yeah. Like whoever is hosting gets a little boost somewhere.
Yeah, that must be it. Like whoever's the local person is, because there's really nothing else that makes any sense to me other than that. Okay. I'm feeling pretty gravy right now. If you guys are feeling good right now, so Linda, as long as you're ready to go. Do we have news?
I put a news article in
We
there.
have news. We have one news. Oh, I have a news. I have a news too. Let's see.
Oh, I wish my eye would stop twitching.
That happens.
I'm like, I've been getting enough sleep. Stop it. Just look like an anime character that's really pissed off.
All right, and we are ready to go when you are. So,
I want to finish this stupid stitch, and then I will be ready.
Oh, that reminds me. Shit, hold on.
Church, there we go. Right.
I have this much left of this scarf. Yeah, shiny.
Shiny.
I have this much left, and I was too tired. And I've been trying to keep it away from food and beverage, which is harder than you think.
Hello, Commander.
Okay.
All right, ready.
I am ready. You're ready. He's ready. They're ready. ready. I can only barely see that, but that's good enough. Seriously? I was ready. I swear I was ready. Then I got unready on accident. Notice me, senpai. All right. I'm all right. I'm gonna go ahead and clear the air here, and then we're gonna go in 3, 2, and
Games, gear, grills. Welcome to the Geek Grills podcast.
Hello, and welcome to episode 142 of Geek Grills. The Geek Grills podcast is supported primarily by our patrons. You can find us at www.patreon.com/grills. I'm Linda, and I'm joined by my co-host, September, also known as 9 of 12.
Hello, hello.
And the Jen.
hi.
And today we talk about DragonCon. But that'll be later. First, what have y'all been up to this week? Whoever wants to go first.
Well, I finished the book, and I wanted to remind everyone out there who is interested in coming back to listen to our book club episode, which we should figure out if we're going to do next week or the week after.
The week after, Jen's studying for a test next week.
Week after, I'm going to be at DragonCon.
Okay, so in 2 weeks,
yes.
we'll do our book club episode when we are reading The Heretic Queen. Yeah. I liked it very much. I finished it super early, and I think I'm going to read some more of her books, so that's cool.
I'm so happy.
I cut my cord, the cable, this week.
Oh.
I had to go into Adelphia for bill paying, and I was like, I really just need the high-speed internet. She's like, you can do that. So you mean I could do that? You guys told us not once, not twice, but like then we got higher speed toward the house, and I was like, and then you told us we had to have, the bundle or at least the cable to have the higher speed internet, and then that was cheaper if you had the phone, which we just don't even use. And she's like, no, who told you that? Yeah, I'm making it up, but whatever. So now, so I went back. That was last Friday. So I went back Monday and waited for like 40 minutes because the parking lot was full because everyone got hit by lightning since then, and just to cut the cord and turn in my DVR. So that's cool. That's going to save me more than $100 a month. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Yeah. And but I waited for Good Eats so I could watch it. The new Good Eats on Sunday.
Nice.
And then it turns out the new episode is on YouTube. I recommend it to everyone. But I still would have missed. They had some extra content. He did these rebooted things where he took old episodes and kind of interrupted and updated things. And it was a lot of fun. And I stayed up way too late drinking, watching Good Eats, and loving me some Alton Brown.
I was going to say, for those who don't know, Good Eats is a show by Alton Brown. And if you don't know Alton Brown, I love him because he's like a scientist. And the thing I like about cooking and baking, the aspect of it that I like is like the science part of it. Like if you add the right amounts of things and then apply heat, the right thing happens. And he explains all of that. Like him describing a pancake batter recipe was like the most incredible thing ever. But yeah, he's
I've
awesome.
Always loved that show. And I was Rob and I were explaining it to someone the other day, how like what percentage you put, like how much of the show is like science and how much is history and how much is actually a cooking show. And the cooking show percentage is relatively low. And it's interesting to me because like I became a super fan. I just love the show and dug inside out. And like Alton is now seen as, he is a big nerd, but he was seen as like the science guy, and he's not. That's just the way the show ended up being written. He was actually a theater nerd.
Well, no, it's not just, and it's not just that he's like necessarily a science guy. It's just that he is good enough to share
pop culture,
the science with everything else, and I appreciate that he's willing to like explain that because like I like when they tell me why.
And with sock puppets.
Yeah.
And illustrations, and there was this really cool thing where he was in the reboot thing or reloaded or whatever they called it when he went to the old episodes. He was showing the first appearance of what was supposed to be like the USDA, and he was like, people have written in and they thought we were doing a Matrix thing, but this was 2 years before the Matrix. We were actually riffing on Men in Black, and so like, oh neat, I learned a new thing about my favorite shows. And I got my You Didn't Make the Cut letter from America's Next Top Podcaster this week, and I cried a little, but it'll be okay. On that note,
So I've been busy. I was mostly preparing for WoW Classic. When we had planned on doing this episode on Sunday as our normal time, I was getting ready for WoW Classic, and yet here I am actually now already playing it. So yesterday, logged in at 2:30, and the servers we were told that 30 minutes before that we would get like knocked off, so none of us bothered logging in until 2:30. Then we found out later that they actually let us log in 2 hours ahead of time, so we could have been in already, but logged in at about 3 o'clock or 2:30, got in around 8:30 or 8 p.m. Was able to start playing my character.
Yeah.
So after streaming, I think about 3.5 hours of Super Hexagon in 50 years and other games that didn't tax my internet too poorly, I decided to stop streaming.
That Hexagon game.
And then came back. Super Hexagon is a great game. If you haven't played it, it's fantastic. It's very meditative for me, but I understand some people it makes them dizzy.
Yeah,
September's like, this
vertigo
is
from
making
some
me
games,
dizzy.
Usually just first person stuff, but that one was like triggering nausea, like
Yeah,
emotions.
no, and that's why I was like, okay, let me switch to 50 years, something that's like a little bit less aggressive on the ice, which is just a fun little game where you have to try to survive for 50 years and like you make units and whatever. It's very simple, but it's pretty fun. So yeah, hung out and did that. Then streamed for quite a while. I think I made it to level 9 on stream, and then finished up. No, maybe even a little bit before then I stopped streaming, but did get all the way to 9 last night, or 10. No, 10 last night. Level 12 now on WoW. By the way, Alliance Scarum is where we are. We've got a guild there, the Part-Time Gamers Guild, so people can come hang out with that. Message me if you want in on that. We'll make sure to put the details in the show notes too. I was playing Sea of Fashion for a while. Did a stream with actually Alex Albisu, who we've had on. Alex is deathly afraid of sharks, so I took him into a pirate game and we killed sharks, and it was fun. And it's funny because he'd be talking and talking and talking, and then we'd be fighting the Megalodon, which is this big giant shark, right? And he'd just be real quiet. Just all of a sudden, just real quiet, just on this tiny ass ship. He didn't want to jump in the water to get loot. He's like, I don't want to do it. It's too scary. I'm like, yeah, man.
Well,
I took him into a sunken ship.
On the notes, it says Sea of Fashion. I was like, did she mean Sea of Thieves?
Yeah,
But she's being funny.
Yeah, basically. That's basically all it is at this point, is me collecting stuff to make my boat pretty or my pirate pretty. No, it's really fun. I actually like this month is really nice. Like, it's really man, I don't know, like this month I just like the theme of the event. Like, every month they're adding new content, like different kinds of missions or voyages that you can do. And this one's like dark relics, and it's all like weird skulls and like voodoo dolls. Like, there's like ship effigies, like ship with like all stabbed and stuff to like sink people or whatever, which is kind of weird. These items that you're collecting, I don't know. It's just spoopy and it's fun. So yeah, so mostly just playing, getting into WoW Classic. That's pretty much what I've been doing there. On another note, this is like the awkward part for Jen. I actually got accepted to America's Next Top Podcaster. I'm going to be one of the season 2 contestants. So sadly, September did not get on. And it was a little rough because I got told about a week before she was told that she wasn't, and had multiple conversations where I wasn't allowed to say a goddamn thing. And I'm just sitting there like, this is wrecking my soul. But I had to wait until Brian gave us the okay. But yeah, so americasnexttop.podcaster.com. We're going to get started in September, and I'll get more details about that, and obviously make sure everybody knows about what's going on. But I'm pretty excited that we will have Geek Grills representation on this season anyway.
Yeah. Did you apply, Linda?
I didn't. I've been super busy, and
It is a time commitment.
I missed the cutoff date, so I was like, well, I was too busy.
I know I applied, and then I was like, oh, I'm having surgery on my voice. When are they starting?
Yeah. Luckily that happened to work out pretty well. Otherwise that'd have been a real problem. Yeah, so I'm super excited about that. That's kind of what I've been up to. Yeah, Linda, what about you?
I have finished all of my cosplays. I have officially finished all of them before the convention, so I'm very proud of myself. because there have been some times where I have not finished the cosplays before, and I have taken them with me, and finished them at the convention. Don't recommend
Every
it.
cosplayer I know does that.
I played more D&D with our Dungeon of the Mad Mage adventure. I made my character made friends with a pair of owl bears, so we didn't have to fight them. It was just like they were like, okay, there's owl bears in here. I'm like, can I just roll animal handling? And because I'm like from the Outlands, and our GM was like, sure, roll well. And I was like, okay. So I rolled, and I rolled a 3, and I was like, I'm going to use my inspiration. Rolled 20. I'm like, these are my friends now. So I made friends with some owlbears, and then we made it to Skullport finally. So we're gonna start doing whatever's going on in Skullport, which is less of the dungeony crawl and more of the intrigue going on. So I know it's a role playing game, and that is part of that's part of the reason why you play it. But for Dungeons and Dragons, like a lot of the times it can be really crunchy and you're just fighting things to get through a dungeon. But Dungeon of the Mad Mage, you can resolve a lot of these encounters just by roleplay, which I really like. It is a giant dungeon. It is all dungeon all the time. But there's a lot that you can actually talk back and forth with, like the bugbears. If you don't want to fight them, you can be like, are we cool, man? I know this is your job, and the Mad Mage just kind of ported you here. You want some gold? Here, have some gold. And so we've done a lot of that. Let's see. I've recorded an episode of Glitter Dice.
Yay.
Yay. I made more progress on my Totoro blanket. I'm up to row 3. Row 3. And then okay, so I have to preface this. My cosplays are done. But there are a couple of little things that I'm working on to take with me. So I'm part of the DragonCon Swag and Seek this year, which is you put together a bunch of little swag to hide around the convention with little tags. It's like, I'm not lost, please take me home. You participated in Swag and Seek. But I got the idea yesterday. So while I am in my crochet cosplay as Pink Diamond, I'm going to have a bunch of these little pink flowers that I'm going to give out to either the pearls that I see or just to anybody that I really like. So if that has stuff to do with the, Steven Universe, like what happens in there. Exactly. So
I feel like that's the most appropriate response to that I could give. That's so adorable.
So I'm going to attach them to these little hair clips that I've got so that the little pearls can just, the people that are cosplaying as Pearl or anybody, I guess, can just clip them into their hair. So that's the plan. I have made exactly 3 of them so far. I have 28. Hold on. How many is in here?
1 million. 1.5 million of them.
No, I have 24 clips. There we go.
Okay.
I can math.
Some of us can. Some of us can't. No, I those of you that have seen Steven Universe know why it makes me all teary-eyed. I'm all like, oh. No, that's really cool.
That's the plan, is to make 24 of these, have them with me as I'm walking around as Pink Diamond, and just be like, here you go.
I bet you're gonna go through those really fast.
That's okay.
Probably.
That's okay. The people that get them will love them and enjoy them, and that's no. I think that's really cool.
I love Swag and Seek just because a few years ago, before I knew about it, I was cosplaying as Cadence from My Little Pony, and I was approached by this little girl who was cosplaying as Twilight Sparkle, and she hands me this rolled up piece of paper, And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And I unrolled it. It's a map of Equestria. She was finding the cosplayers she liked and handing out maps of
Aw.
Equestria. And I was like, this is the best day ever.
Oh, that's so cute.
I have it framed. It's up on my wall beside me. So, yeah, I
That's
want
stinking
to
cute.
yeah, I want to push that forward, you know.
Yeah, no, totally.
All right. So, I think that's everyone is updated on what we've been doing.
Yeah, we've been up to a lot. It's been busy in all of our worlds, I think, putting it mildly.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we can now it's time for the Geek Grapevine.
Cruise team, assemble! Geek Grills Grapevine.
That means Jen pushes a button.
That means Jen pushes the button.
And sometimes she forgets and needs strong hints.
So, the first one is we only have a couple of
We're keeping it
episodes.
tight.
Mhm.
We're all very
Yeah.
busy right now. We're keeping it
We're
tight
very busy.
today.
Couple of stories. The first one is one that I found. Is apparently the world's largest all-electric ferry has launched in Denmark.
Wait, wait, hold on. So like
All electric. It can carry up to 30 vehicles and 200
Jesus.
passengers and a top speed of 13 knots.
Jesus. Now, okay,
So-
I don't even know knots. Now we're not gonna Google again because it's like our thing. We get stuck in these Google holes. But I wonder how fast that is in compared to like any other ferry.
Well, okay, so I can tell you that the cruise ship that I went on many, many years ago now, its top speed was about, I think, 20 knots.
Okay.
And that was pretty fast.
Yeah, but ferries don't ever go that fast. They always go a little bit slower. Like the ferries in like Seattle or whatever are definitely slower than that, I think. So 13 knots is a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. And it's got it's got a range of 22 nautical miles between charges. So that's pretty good. That's enough to cover the ship's round trip route from the town. I'm going to butcher these names because Swedish. Soiba and Finishal.
Yeah. Gesundheit.
So, Gesundheit.
Yeah, no, I feel bad because like there's like letters we don't use in our alphabet in one of these cities. So but no, that's really cool actually. I think that's neat, and I would like to see more and more of that. You know, we always think about like in America, we're always focused on our cars, and that's the part that's important to us because we're not very good at looking. Well, we don't really use other types of transportation, but in Europe and places like that, if things like this can become more widely used, that could really make a difference out in Europe, especially with their carbon footprint.
Yeah, like, buses and trains and such and all that good. All that good
Trains,
stuff.
planes, and automobiles. Isn't there that plane?
I knew you were
well,
going to say that.
I knew you knew that I was going to say that. But there's also that plane that they've been talking about too, like the private jet that's able to take like here in the U.S. We have been actually working on that electric jet. Maybe it was Japan or I don't know. Somebody was talking about it literally just last week. And I could not even begin to find that article right now. I mean, if I can find it, I'll add it to the show notes. But that was pretty cool because they were talking about doing something similar for like a small jet, like a private jet. And that would be cool if we could start to get into electric. More electric, cleaner energy.
Is it the one that's on the very bottom of this article that I did?
Oh.
Electric train plane hybrid?
It might be. It could be. That'd be
as
really
long as
cool, though.
electricity is sustainably created as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be ideal if you could. Huh.
And 2 fully electric boats added to Niagara Falls tour fleet.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, so it's good. I like to see more and more of the very positive, like less use of bullshit. The more we can clean things up, the better. Whether it's on our continent or not, it all helps everybody. I threw my article in here because I knew it was going to be a big deal, and we knew it was going to be a big deal. World of Warcraft Classic, just based on the number of people that did name reservation, because basically they're like, okay, Blizzard's like, hey, you can reserve 3 character names. And they're like, for these, like 6 servers or whatever. Like it was just like a handful of servers, and they're like, just kidding, for these 12 servers. And then like yesterday, like, and for these 20 servers. Like, it's been kind of nuts. So World of Warcraft Classic pulled in over 1 million Twitch views at launch yesterday. So yesterday, if you were on there, it was the top thing on Twitch. It was 1.1 million at one point. Viewers watching World of Warcraft, which is pretty insane. So just to give some perspective, Grand Theft Auto 5, which has been for the first time in a while getting more views than Fortnite, was at 140,000 and Fortnite was at 90,000, with League of Legends at 70 and then CS:GO at 48,000. So definitely a much bigger deal than I think Twitch anticipated. I'm also curious if Twitch is going to decide that we get a special classic tag, because right now, like, World of Warcraft is just one game. It's not World of Warcraft Classic when you choose it. So you can get retail World of Warcraft and WoW Classic are both streaming under World of Warcraft as a game. So I'm curious if they're gonna, if Twitch is gonna go, maybe these should be different things. So I'm curious. I have a feeling they will, especially when they're pulling, over 1 million viewers are showing up. I mean, when's the last time you saw World of Warcraft in the top? I mean, other than maybe when the raid came out and whatever raid team is running now that people care about, they were running and streaming. Maybe they were like, 6th or 7th down there. So pretty big deal. I'm definitely interested to see how Twitch handles that going forward. Hopefully we'll get some integration stuff. They've been doing a lot more integration with other games, and they've done so much integration with like Overwatch and Heroes of Storm and Hearthstone and everything else, where you get like the free packs with the Twitch Prime and all that stuff, and like the loot boxes. And if you watch Overwatch, you get like emotes and whatever. So I'm wondering if Twitch is going to pick that up and maybe try to ride the wave on this classic a little bit and give us some more interactive integration. That'd be cool.
It kind of feels like they'd be dumb not to.
I would agree, but I'm also a nerd and I want some shit. So
yeah.
So like, it's mostly just like I want it.
My son messaged me last night. He texted me, or like close to midnight. He said, "Wow, classic servers are a disaster area." The number one RAW streamer just got DC'd. Now still waiting a 6-hour queue to get back in. I'm like, well, they wanted the original experience back.
Yeah, welcome to authentic 2005 experience. So
somebody wrote at the hardtimes.net an article you might find amusing too, in reference to that whole thing. I mean, I thought it was totally expected, but they wrote it in like it was done in a metaphorical sense, as if it were a restaurant. It's like Blizzard launches restaurant with shitty servers. And I like how all the food is great and there's like this terrific experience, and why don't they fix it? And they keep saying they're going to fix it, but nobody ever gets fired, and this just how bad the servers are.
Sephiroth, I disagree. I think they knew how big it was going to be. I just think that they're going to dip the toe in and let it just come out that way. And the other thing that I always say this, and I have this debate with people all the time, but like, when will Blizzard learn? I think Blizzard has learned. I just don't think that they're willing to spend the $2.5 billion that it would take to have enough servers to have an experience that's really only going to be a problem for 2 to 4 weeks at most. That's why. And they're never going to make it that way. And it's always going to be a fucking shit show at the beginning. It just always is going to be that way. But I do think,
because it's limited in the number of levels and content, like they know where the cap is for the people that want to play this and are going to continue to.
Yeah.
So it's not worth investing something, because they can't keep growing it, because then it wouldn't be classic anymore. They need to keep the resources in the main game.
And it's also just the number, like what you would have to do to have servers available. I mean, the fact that they're doing layering instead of, so right now they're doing layering instead of sharding. So it's different. The technology is different. And then they've also said in phase 2, they're going to get rid of layering, which is great, because that's the problem. The problem is, if you never played World of Warcraft, what happens is you make your character and you get planted on the exact same spot as everybody else who joins the game at that time, and your little level 1 hero goes out to get the same quest giver for the same starting quest. Now, granted, there's a couple races on each side, so you're starting in a slightly different area for each one, unless you're a troll, in which case you and the orcs are hanging out in the same area, and you guys are in the exact same spot. But the point is that you have a shit ton of people that are level 1, or between level 1 and 10. But as the game is out for a couple weeks, it's going to spread out. You're going to have the people that are crazy and already hitting like level 40 and whatever, because they're insane. And then you're going to have the people sitting at like 20 and 20 to 30 for a while, and it'll be fine. But I do think it's funny that the server went down yesterday was Fairlina, which is where my old guild is playing on. And I'm gonna make an alt over there, but that's where a bunch of the streamers are, like Asmongold and Soda Poppin and Swifty and all them are playing on that server. And part of the reason that 2 layers collapsed yesterday and they got disconnected for their 6-hour queue time to get back in was because a bunch of people were raiding Asmongold. They were trying to kill his
I had
character.
a question actually, because I heard you on your stream earlier refer to add-ons for something.
Yeah.
Add-ons weren't even made available to add to the game until later than the game, the stages now. So I'm curious.
Correction.
Did they go ahead and allow that mod
Add-ons have always been available. They just weren't integrated into the game as a part of the game since. It's just like any other game. You could mod a game. Any game that you can have an add-on that's going to modify it if you know how to modify the code and create something that does it.
Yeah.
But that's all it
as far as
does.
it being friendly
Do you remember originally how you add an add-on to your game? So back in original World of Warcraft, unlike now where you go into your Twitch whatever and you're like, hey, I'm going to download this mod and now I'm going to apply it to my account and wham bam, it's there, and I have bags that are all strung together and I can talk to an auctioneer and have everything automatically scan and all this crap, right? That's great. Those are those add-ons now. Back then, you take a file that's a zip file that you trust, hopefully, from some person that put it on some mirror download site. And you're like, maybe this add-on is cool. Some people said it was cool. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And then you extract it into your interface folder of your World of Warcraft game. So you're literally putting it into your game's download. That's how they function. So the reality is that there are add-ons available. And what some people have done is actually compiled a list. Now, a lot of those add-ons, things got added to the game later or got taken over by different add-ons. But what people have done is actually made master spreadsheets like on Google Drive that you can get a copy of that like have the list of the add-ons that people know, when the last time it was updated, whether or not it's working on Classic, for things like bags and whatever. In fact, Curly just a few minutes ago posted his UI because of course he's in and he's like, the first thing he's got to do is he's like, I can't stand this. So he went back to get it as close to his old UI as he used to have back in vanilla. And he's there already where all of his bag is like one thing and all that. So add-ons have always been there. It's just the ease of getting them into the game. You had to be a little bit more tech savvy to use them originally, I guess, is the long story short.
Right. Well, I mean, the crux of my question being, obviously, people have gone back and retrofitted so you can use them in the current iteration of Classic. Or they've dug them up.
Well, we also knew ahead of time exactly what patch this was. Remember, this is not day one vanilla. So WoW realized that Blizzard realized that there were a lot of things in the first chunk of World of Warcraft vanilla that changed, and changed for good reason. There were some changes that were made to the shaman class, because remember, Horde have shamans, Alliance have paladins, and they're only on one side. So those classes, there was a lot of adjustments that were made. There were adjustments made to, I think, some of the racials. There were just certain quests and things that were taken out and changed. So with those changes, I believe it's actually patched, is it 1.1, 1.12.3 or
I don't know,
some
maybe
shit?
we should do a show about it.
We should totally do a show about it.
I know, right? You got me. She asked a question. Why did you ask?
I know. That was my mistake.
But yeah, the point is that there is an addition of it that we're in that's several patches into vanilla. We're not starting the exact same game state it was on day one vanilla. So that's
really funny. And off Jen goes.
I know,
she goes,
right?
off to the horizon.
Anyway, let's talk about the thing that Linda can talk about at great length because she has been there and neither of us have. And I am super excited to hear more about it because I can't wait to hear the stories after the fact as well. In 1 year, I will get there. But yes.
Yay!
And you need to see Curtis. I think he's going. So we'll figure that out.
Oh, yes. Well, there's a lot of people I would love for you to meet. I have friends that go, and I always want to go, and it's so close to my birthday, and it's like, how can I not go? Like, that should be my birthday present, but other shit always happens.
Yeah,
like Rob's surgery. Band booked a gig in Virginia. Damn it.
Yeah, no, I started going to DragonCon back in 2009, actually, and it was something I had heard of even in high school, just because it's the big Georgia convention that most people, have heard of. Even if they're not nerds, they know you don't go into downtown Atlanta on Labor Day weekend because there's just so many people. And yeah, it's one of my friends called it the nerd high holy days, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like I'm
Yeah.
taking Wednesday through next Tuesday off of work, so I can just go and be there, and
That
then
sounds
also
about right.
recover afterwards.
I was gonna say, in preparation for Concred, you'll be good to go.
I think they're going to start running into. I noticed when I was trying to do research, they're going to start running into what Comic-Con's been running into, where people are going to start making their own groups and rebranding, because other
Yeah.
things are called DragonCon.
Well, no, it's a
but
little bit
everyone
different
means that
though.
one.
So here's the thing: this is something that Jury was actually talking about on Night Attack this past week that made me realize something that I didn't know about DragonCon. DragonCon is actually one of the only true fan-created, fan-run conventions that's done in the U.S. So
Yep.
I don't think that there'll be as much of a problem with that, just because of the fact that it's not being put on by some company that only cares about ticket sales and whatever, and that's ultimately their bottom line. There's a lot deeper of a thing there. And yeah, there have been Dragon Cons for forever, but when people say Dragon Con, I know people that have never been to a con and know what Dragon Con is, you know? Like,
DragonCon is as old as I am. It
when was the
started
first time
running
you went? How-
2009.
Okay, so 2009 was your first. So this is your 10th
Yeah.
Dragon Con?
Yep.
Oh my god.
And
You should get some
it's-
kind of like achievement.
I know.
badge.
Yeah, did you get an achievement for that?
maybe
Get a commendation.
I'll get some really good swag this year. That's what my achievo will be. But yeah, I believe it started running in it's either 86 or 87
Yeah.
because it is the same age as I am.
That's so crazy. That's funny. I didn't actually even know it was that old. I was thinking it came out in the 90s. But yeah, it's been around for a long time.
It has. And it's it draws obviously Ember's got a whole list of people that she's excited about, but it draws a lot of big names. I'm real excited because Carl Urban's coming back this year, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to get another thing signed from him to go with my one that's already hanging up on the wall.
Okay, so what do you already have signed, and what are you going to get signed?
I have a picture that I believe that picture that I have is from when he was doing I think it was called, is that Becoming Human? I think that was the name of that show.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna see what pictures he has this year because I'm willing to pay for it. So it's probably gonna be a lot of the boys' pictures. He might have some older ones from like Star Trek, but it all depends because they usually try and have pictures that are pretty current. And right now, that's the big thing that he's working on.
So, on that note, there's a meme going around, and somebody showed me last night at D&D, and it's an old Kirk picture
Mm-hmm.
where he's with the alien lady, and her outfit is silver lame, just halter, and it's him like leaning on her, and it's like, I'm in the mood for baked potatoes. So I am very anti, like, I can never bring myself to spend a bunch of money. It's like $100 to get an autograph and a picture with these people, right? Like, even Tenant, I couldn't do it. I just kind of like scoot by and get glimpses of people, and I'll talk to people for free. I'll pay a little bit for a signature, but I mean, often than not. So, but I was like, oh my God, you know what? I think I would, if I would get that picture printed if I was going, and then I would make that little silver lame halter and just have it under my shirt, and then I like hold the picture, like just whip off my shirt and have that underneath, and get that picture signed, and that would be worth $100 to stand there with Shatner with baked potato tits.
Yeah, see, like, that would be fun. There are a few people that, like, I feel the same way. There's definitely a few people that I'd be willing to pay a bit for, and it's funny because, like, out of this list, one of the people that I'm excited that goes every year, and she always is really good about sharing her stuff on her Insta and stuff, but is Yaya Han. I love her cosplay, and she always goes to DragonCon every year. That, and was it Emerald City? Emerald City
I mean,
is
that's her home. This is her home con. This
Mhm.
is like where she got started.
Exactly.
And she's super nice. Like, I've met her. Like, she was working at her booth one year when I went there, and she's super sweet.
And you know what I would totally get signed? I would go to Joanne and get one of the patterns, because she has her own line of cosplay patterns and fabric now.
Yeah,
that I see there.
I love that
And I
she
always
did.
go
I love
look at
that
it,
she
'cause-
did that too. That partnership with Joanne Fabrics for like that stuff. I thought that was such a cool integration, and I was really sad that that show, that cosplay show, was so short lived because she was one of the people that was on it, and I was really intrigued. There was like a show that was on some network, I don't know, like 10 years ago or whatever, and they were just they grabbed a couple random cosplayers and like would talk about it, and she was one of the ones that they had on the show, of course, because she's a very well known cosplayer. But it was really cool that she's been able to do that and hopefully help sustain, because cosplaying is not cheap at
Yeah.
all. Like even a little
Yeah.
bit cheap.
And then Carrie Ells is going to be there this year.
Ellis. Yeah,
Ellis. I keep calling him Els. I guess because I'm getting confused with Elle from the show he was in. Anyway, Carrie Ellis is going to be there this year, so I'm going to see how much his is. I think Carl Urban's, that picture, I think it was like $20. So it wasn't too bad. Yeah. I may be remembering that incorrectly, but
Now, are you a Dragonlance fan at all?
Brandon,
Because there's a twofer there where like the guy who did the original covers is there and Tracy Hickman, one of the authors, is there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I got it. And if I were going, but maybe next year they'll be there, because I was thinking, what would I get signed? Like issue or book 1 would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Although, if he also did the cover for the cookbooks, Leaves in the Last Home, that would be even better for me, because it was just added thing I nerd out about.
Brandon Sanderson is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I love the Mistborn series, and my husband and I are big fans of the Wheel of Time, and he fortunately finished that for us.
And the thing about DragonCon is that I have multiple friends, and I myself have stories about just running into famous people.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just walking around.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get his first name wrong. I think it's Robert Englund, the guy that played Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that's Freddy Krueger.
Literally, my friend and I were walking down the street at DragonCon, and this father was taking a picture of his little kid with a cosplayer who was cosplaying as Freddy Krueger, and Robert Englund photobombed them.
Oh,
Literally ran up behind them, said, "I did it better," right as he clicked the button, and then
so
ran
funny.
off down the street.
Oh, that's epic.
That's great.
He caused a big hullabaloo here, actually. He came to, there's a monster night weekend thing they do here in Charlotte every year, and he came and he was doing autographs and meetups, and he refused to set any time limit that he would spend with people. And so a lot of people got all backed up and never got to see him, and it took hours and hours, but he just refused, and there was just this big, everybody attacking the organizers over it. I was really excited going through the program, how many friends of the show we have.
Yeah, so last week, you guys, I wasn't here for it, unfortunately, but we had Steve on, who is a sound engineer for Steam Powered Giraffe, and friend of the DKG family is Sam Hears, who was also a member of Steam Powered Giraffe at one point, but they perform at DragonCon every year, or at least for a very long time.
They're
and Jury.
So
was
Jury's
actually
story,
listed.
can I tell his story? His story is the fucking stupidest thing. Okay. So him and Ashley decide that they want to get married at DragonCon because it's meaningful to them and they're fucking nerds and whatever, right? So they decide that they want to get married at DragonCon, and they get told that they can't have a wedding there. It can't happen. So what they did is, for the 6 months heading into DragonCon, they made the Jury More podcast. So it's Jury and Ashley Paramore, and they were getting married. So they had the Jury More podcast, and their wedding ceremony was actually the finale recording of their podcast, which they happened to have at DragonCon.
Just so happened.
It just so happened to be their wedding. But yeah, so that's how they kind of got that handled. And of course, to make it even better, she was cosplaying Daenerys with Dragon Egg, and he was wearing his Battlestar Galactica jacket. So it was pretty nerdy. It's totally recorded and streamed and put all over the internet as their podcast finale.
Yeah, and I've had a bunch of different types of experiences. Like a couple of years ago, I was in the Friday Night Costume Contest.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if
Which
you're going
is-
to join any contests.
What's really funny is that so to be in the costume contest, you have to send them like documented um, pictures and like explaining how you made everything of your costume, just so they have something to judge prejudge. And then when you get there, you go in on Friday and they judge you like what you did. So a couple of years ago, I did my pixel dress from. It's a light up dress. It was from Studio Killers. Did a music video where the main singer has this pixel dress that lights up and it changes colors. And my dad and I put it together and did all of that.
Aw.
It was really, really cool. It was very stressful, and I missed a lot of
I
Friday.
can imagine.
I missed a lot of Friday because you had to be there early and then get judged, and then you had to wait until, a certain time to go in and go up on stage. It was cool, though, because I got to meet Tori Belleci and Carrie Byron from the Mythbusters because they were hosting.
That's cool.
I walked through the door and Tori was like, "Whoa!" and like came over and talked to me. I was like, "Yay!" It was so cool. But like 2 days ago, I get an email, or like no, it was 2 days before. It was the 28th of August. Not the 28th of August, 23rd of August, 23rd of August. There we go.
It's like, that's tomorrow.
No, 23rd of August. I get an email that's from DragonCon going, "Hey, you were in the contest a couple of years ago. You can still sign up.
Wow.
The cutoff date is 2 days from now." And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't have the pictures required of all of my progress. I might be able to like get screenshots from like the streams that I did,
Yeah.
but there's so much that you have to like. I'm like, you give me 2 days. Why would you do that? If I didn't have, if somebody had nothing, they would either kill themselves to try and get up, or they'd just be like, "Well, thrown in the towel, can't do nothing about that." And I'm just like, it's not worth it. It's not. If I
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like finished product would be enough as long as it was the kind of images and documentation that made it obvious you didn't buy it,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But I was just like, really, guys, 2 days?
Yeah.
You know what it takes, what documentation you need for this. You're the ones that run it. It's just really, really funny to me.
Maybe they just thought you forgot.
Maybe. She obviously, she just forgot. I'm like, I don't want it. That's too much of my Friday that I'm losing. And I'm wearing Galadriel that day anyway, so there's that.
I'm excited to see that, by the way.
So DJ Spider is doing a show there again, and I recommend you go see her show. I've been to her Digital Noir and other shows here, and
That's
I
cool.
download her podcast. She puts out great, like, nerd-themed music and stuff. She's a fantastic DJ. She did it for years and years for Big Mama's House of Burlesque, and DJs here locally, and she's DJed at DragonCon many times.
I think
So
I've seen that. Hold on, I'm pulling up my app. There's a
She also is a
DragonCon app.
cosplayer. She's the other one. When we had Lindsay Stewart on, who
That's what I was
will
gonna
also
say.
be there,
Yeah.
for our Wonder Woman episode, she's another very tall redhead that cosplays Wonder Woman for charity all over the place and does amazing cosplay of different period characters and more obscure comic book characters. Whenever I need cosplay advice, I tap Spider and she helps me out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to have her on the show sometime, but like,
Nice.
she does everything and does it well. But that is going to be, that's going to be the best dance party there is.
And one of our
And
And I
other
may
friend of
have
the
a
show,
playlist, actually, because she just put out a podcast the other day with a good playlist.
one of my favorite guests that we've ever had on the show. I don't know why. I just find her to be such a delight. She was just so fun. Does security, right?
Yep.
Yep. It's Silver
Kitsune.
Kitsune. Yeah, I love her so much.
Sarah's been doing security there for like ever.
It's funny because like out of all the the bajillion guests we've had. I don't know why. I always like that was one of the most fun times that I've ever had, like with a guest that I had no idea who they were before we did the show, and she was just she's just so fun. Like she's fun people. But yeah, she does security, and she like weighs like what? I don't know. She's tiny. She doesn't seem like she should do security.
She's like expertly trained in martial
I was gonna
arts.
say
She used to be a park ranger,
but she can kick ass, and it's great because she's tiny but also
her
terrifying.
sister, her twin is like in the military. Yeah, she kind of also kicks ass.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, like a couple of years ago, my husband he basically did almost all the editing for DragonCon TV. But he actually swore it off afterward because he was like, I didn't get a convention. I was like, I'm sorry, honey. Because he was basically stuck in the tech room like the whole weekend.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard.
It's always
That's
fun to
super
watch
hard.
Silver's progress because she does cosplays and she has her plan day by day, and it's like around her security detail schedule, and sometimes like a little bit's incorporated.
Oh man. So what are you most excited for like this DragonCon? Like what is if you had to like your number one thing that you're looking forward to for this one?
Yeah, if you picked your panels, Linda, that's what I wanted to
Yeah.
know, because I saw the Mars rover person was going to be there, and I thought, I bet she's going to talk about something Linda wants to see.
I don't know. There's so many. I literally have like panels stacked 3 deep, just so I can be like, okay, I'd rather go here than here. I would rather go here than here. But like, there's a day in Jim Henson's workshop, which is a panel I want to go to.
that's cool.
Edwardian and Victorian period costuming.
We all know I would be there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
There's the paranormal and supernatural in music.
Yep.
In music. So I was
Cool.
like, that's up my alley. Steam Powered Giraffe, but it's playing at the same time as an evening in Bree, which is going to be like a lot of like Tolkien stuff, and I'm like, okay, I got to decide.
Aw.
There's a Create a Puppet workshop. There's a Godzilla King of Monsters panel, which if you don't know this about me, I really like the new Godzilla movies. Like, I really like them a lot. So I might go to that. There's a Tolkien photo shoot and a Steven Universe photo shoot, which I'm going to try to go to, both on different days, fortunately. Unfortunately, the Steven Universe photo shoot's on Saturday, which means I get to dress up as Pink Diamond, and then after the photo shoot, I need to immediately go to my room, change into my mermaid costume, so I can then go to the aquarium, because there's an DragonCon aquarium night.
Oh,
so we all get to be in costume and we go around the aquarium, and me and my friends are all going as mermaids.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's going to be so fun.
And then there's photo sessions with some of the stars that I want to meet. I don't know if I'm going to make it to those. I may just try and like see them at the Walk of Fame.
All right. So what we're going to need you to do is take pictures, as many as you can, and then you can tweet them at Geek Grills out for all of them, so that all of us can see them, and then all of our listeners can see them, and we can live vicariously through your DragonCon experience, because I have yet to make it there, and it sucks because like I know even September and I, we're both like, all of these things are things that we would do.
Yeah.
That we would love to go see. And like living in Northern Virginia, all my friends used to go every year. In fact, it was a real problem because the LARP organization I was in, that was our big event for the year in that area, was Nonclave, which would happen that same weekend. And so all of us would be running that or a part of that as storytellers and whatnot for the games that we run. But then there was always like important people that were gone because they're at DragonCon. And like, we're like, well,
Okay, so next year we go ahead and we can stack panels 3 deep, split up, cover them
split up. We'll each wear
the whole year.
Yeah,
we'll
so
record it and then no.
Yeah. There's also like, I think the burlesque show is showing again this year. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. The Cybertronic Spree, which is some folks that dress up like Transformers and play music. I really want to go
How
to
could that not be any more in your lane? Like, I'm pretty sure that they were like, what would Linda want? Like, I feel like I've never heard of 2 things that seem completely unrelated that are more in your lane than that right there.
It's so silly, but I love it.
No,
I love
that's
it
so
so much.
perfect. Oh
So,
man.
all right, so we'll do we'll all go to DragonCon. I'll show you all the spaces, the shortcuts and the everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the plan.
I love it. I love it. We have to make it happen. At one time, all three of us are going to be in the same place in the same time, and like we're going to break the space time continuum. It's going to be cool.
Well, Jen's gonna win America's Next Podcaster,
And then become
I'll
super
be cast for it
famous,
next
and then-
year, and we will be in a prime spot to apply and just get a table or a panel there.
Yeah.
We'll just bam, 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 bam,
We've
bam.
been podcasting for like how many years at that point, right?
Mhm.
Like 4?
Yeah, no, and then it'll be great. Awesome. Well, I think you're gonna have a blast. I'm stoked.
Yes. All right. And if any of our listeners are planning on going, chime in, email us,
Yeah.
tweet us.
Please, all that.
Yeah, email us at geekgrills@gmail.com and tweet us at geekgrills. I will be attempting to remember because I don't have my own tweeter. I don't have my own tweeter.
We should maybe consider making a Discord channel so Linda can find people at the con.
I'll tweet out pictures and keep everyone's DragonCon alive in their hearts.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, people, please, and like, honestly, don't be afraid to tag at Geek Grills in that too. So any pictures that you have, tag it. We have so many listeners that love all that stuff and would love to see your pictures of your experiences there. I would like to see it. So yeah, please, 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 tag.
Mm-hmm. All right, what are y'all anticipating?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything because I'm still recovering. I made the mistake of going hiking Sunday and my ankle swelled back up.
Oh.
So I'm going to be making out. Rob's got a couple gigs this weekend. So yay. I get to go be the wife. Make sure people clap.
And
It's
get
like
to
my
listen
job.
to good music. That's the other part.
I know when the song ends. I'm like,
and also nap time. Hopefully there'll be nap time. Like September gets some much needed rest, which is good. You have to have that sometimes, like recuperate and regenerate and not hike on your leg anymore, please.
I know. But I'll tell you, I did discover, I did try CBD finally, and holy crap,
good.
it works.
Good.
It works for me really, really well. Like last night I took one in the game because my ankle was swollen up and hurt. Within 15 minutes, I was standing up and I went to turn, and my swelling had gone down in my ankle enough that it cracked. And oh my God, that felt wonderful.
Yeah.
But like within 15 minutes, that much inflammation went away. So it works for me. Yay.
So I will be looking forward to, I'm sure, an inappropriate number of hours of World of Warcraft Classic. And then very soon I'll be looking forward to an inappropriate number of hours trying to make podcast magic happen, I guess. So americasnexttop.podcaster.com, by the way, is the website. I will be tweeting it stuff once it comes out. I found out there's going to be like a 2-week delay. So a lot of like our first recording is going to be, I think, in a couple weeks, and then it'll be a couple weeks before that's out. So it'll be a little bit before we start hearing stuff, but the goal is to survive at least the first week and not be the first person eliminated. I'm looking forward to that. Because that would make me sad.
Yeah,
otherwise.
don't do that. Especially the way the last person did.
I know. It would be really, really sad. And then yeah, so I gotta represent Geek Grills well. So I will do my best to be on as long as possible. And set a good example for September. Get on next season, and then we will just be the dominant party, and you can make all the people fear that season because they'll be like, oh no, it's another one. Because like for example, so one of Alex's co-hosts from Joystick and Mouse is on Diddy, and I was laughing because like we're all like getting to know each other in the channel, and I was like, hey, I was on that podcast. He's like, oh yeah, we had you on. I'm thinking like, shit, like his co-host was like number 2 last season. Like I don't know. Now I'm kind of intimidated. And then somebody was like, hey, are you the Jen that's like on Jury's show all the time? And I'm like, yeah,
yes, I am.
I am. So at least I had my little moment of like, yeah, I'm now feeling a little less intimidated. Only a little less intimidated.
It'll be great. You'll be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes, indeed.
You're already internet famous. You'll be fine.
Oh God. Hey, Linda, are you looking forward to DragonCon?
Duh. But for real, the DragonCon Swag and Seek is like it's called what's the official name of that first panel is DragonCon Swag and Seek Kindness Panel and Group Meeting, and I am super looking forward to that. That's Thursday night, and so we kind of get like all of this the swaggers, the swag seekers. We all get together and like trade some things, so
Nice.
we get a little sneak peek of everybody else's swag, and then we all kind of disperse and start hiding.
That's so
that'll
fun.
be fun.
I still like it gives me goosebumps every time, like just thinking about it. That's such a cool thing to do. That's neat.
I have a
love
bunch of
it.
half-finished scrunchies with nerd fabrics.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can whip some off and mail them to you to take.
Overnight.
You'd have to overnight them.
Yeah.
Be willing to support the overnight though.
Hey, you know what? If you're coming next year, you can just come with me.
Stockpile them.
Stockpile.
Work on it over the year. Stockpile. It'll give us more of a reason to be 100% committed to making it happen next year.
Yeah, scrunchies would be out by then, except we're nerds, so that's never
That's
gonna
not true.
happen.
They'll never be out. We all know the truth. They will never be out. Oh man. Oh well.
So remember, folks, you can always come watch us record live at twitch.tv/Geek Grills on Tuesday evenings. Our next one will be.
Actually, it's not Tuesday evenings. I put that. This is
the
all a
world?
lie. Everything in here is
Sorry,
a
this is
lie.
a
I
mess.
ruined September's
Everything
thing
here's
twice.
a lie.
I forget to check
actually-
it. We really have to fix the template.
Actually, it might be Tuesday.
It might be Tuesday. Or
might
I
be
was finding out
Tuesday.
if we were going to do Tuesday or if we were going to take a break for Labor Day weekend and come back the following week. So,
Well, Tuesday I have a different show now, guys.
yeah, that's what I'm
That's right,
saying.
that's
That's what
right.
I'm saying.
Sorry.
So I
Yeah.
think that we should take Labor Day weekend off. I have a test that I'm studying for that Wednesday as well. So I have a lot going on. So I think that we should
might
come back
be-
fresh on
Might be in a
Sunday.
con coma. Yeah.
It'll
I might
be our
in a con
normal
coma.
time on,
On Sunday the 8th?
Sunday. Yes.
Yeah.
Of September. Bless you. The 8th of September. We're getting
All right,
close
I'm
to
gonna cut all
someone's
this out.
birthday. Yes.
I'll go
Blah,
back
blah,
to
blah,
watch your
blah,
reminder
blah.
and I'll just do it right. All right.
Here, go ahead and do your read.
I have to say, every time she said September, you sneezed.
I know, it was really weird. That's why I kept doing it to see if it would keep happening.
All right. Try again.
Remember, folks, you can always come watch us record live at twitch.tv/Geek Grills. We are going to take a break for the Labor Day weekend, so we won't be back until Sunday, September 8th. Should be starting around 8 p.m. Hope you'll join us.
That's 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, by the way. And in addition to the subs and bits that we do get here on Twitch, we are supported by our amazing patrons. You are the greatest girlfriends on the internet, and we love you so much. So you can become a patron today, patreon.com/grills. And don't forget, if you do have an Amazon Prime subscription, you get a free sub every month that you can use on Twitch. So kindly give us Jeff Bezos' money. In fact, we got a payout here, which was really nice because it came just in time to pay our hosting fees and the whatnot. So we love and appreciate all the support that you guys give us in whatever form you would like to give it.
Yep. You can also leave us a review. Doing so is free, and they help our ranking on any of your podcast catchers, which can help people find us, which is awesome. You can also join our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and help us spread the word there. So, grill girls, where can we find you on the interwebs?
Well, I can be reached at 9 of 12. That's NINEOF12 on Twitter and Twitch. And you can hear me on the Heresy and Hearsay podcast.
I am at the Jen Says on Twitter and streaming on twitch.tv/thejen. I've been trying to get my username back from Justin TV for 5 years. And last week I finally got it. So no more the Jen
Yay.
plays. I am now just the Jen.
Jen.
So twitch.tv/thejen, and you can find everything I do at thejensays.com because I still own the shit out of that domain too.
Awesome. You can also listen to me talk about women in gaming on the Glitter Dice podcast, which comes out on the 1st of every month. So coming up here. And you can find me on Twitch under the name True Noob. That's TRUN00B. Thanks for listening, everyone. Good game.
Good game.
GG.
GG. Brr.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Yay!
I pushed the
Yay.
button when I was supposed to that time. Also, I have a feeling that sounder is going to end up in a future episode because I know September well enough to know that. My declarative button pushing statement. By the way, I feel like there is pretty much no contest. I'm pretty sure that the crochet cosplay quick change is pretty much the only option as a title for this episode. Because I laughed so hard I had to mute my mic when I saw it. I was like snarfing my beverage back here. So that's obviously the winner. But that's just me. That's just me. Feel free to vote, everyone. But that being said, let's all pick the right choice.
Jen censoring me. I totally said baked potato tits.
I know, but I didn't like typing tits, and then I was like, I like chest better. I don't know. I was trying to be more sensitive to more decent.
I'm not gonna worry about being sensitive on Twitch. Every time I stream on my own channel, I get some kind of. You know what it was last night? It was like I was looking rather thick tonight, but it was like with a bunch of C's and a little glass of wine emoji, like supposed to be complimentary, but every freaking time.
Oh,
kind of MILF thing.
I do agree that baked potato tits is also good, but is it really better than the crochet cosplay quick change? I just think it.
Yeah, I think crochet pot.
Yeah, that I can't say it more than one time fast. So, but that's still a good episode title. I am going to be going live back again on my channel in approximately 10 minutes. I'm gonna actually try to maybe rinse off because it's fucking hot today, and I need to take a couple minutes, and then I will be back on my channel at the Gen. So hopefully we can switch the host over to that once I'm live. But in the meantime. That being said, because I am going to take a few minutes, if we want to go ahead and raid someone else, that would be totally fine. Just considering that I might be a few minutes. Let's see.
DKG's on?
Of course. Curly's always
Joss
on.
Is on. Samuel Tucker Young is
Alex
on.
is on doing joystick and mouse. Gelf is on.
For me.
Oh, Gelf is on. When's the last time we raided Gelf? I don't know. It's been a while. There's a lot of people on right now. Holy crap.
There's Gelf. What the hell? Followed and recommended are different. We're apparently not following Gelf from Grills.
Well, I am following
so that
Gelf.
needs to happen.
Gelf is the best. Right. Oh, DeFebwar is on too. DeFebwar is
I'm
pretty
going to raid
awesome.
Gelf, and then when it flips over,
we can follow.
We'll follow.
Boom, look at you being effective and shit. That's like figuring shit out. All right, I like it. Let's see.
Not slow. Gee.
Geek Grills, Love Gelf, and Crochet Cosplay Quick Changes.
You gonna put that in?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
That's really long.
It's okay.
That's why you copy pasta, people. We have the technology.
Put it there for you to cut and paste.
All right.
Channel with love. Everyone say hello to the lovely Gelf.
Bye everybody. Bye. Make sure you give a follow to Gelf if you don't know her. She's awesome, and she does a lot of point and click adventure games. She's pretty much the badass when it comes to point and click, and she's super awesome lady. So give her a follow. And we're there anyway. Perfect. Good. Love it. Good timing.
Follow, cut and paste, and
sorry, you're gonna hear her in a second.
To it because we have one. There.
Stop feeding you audio now. Let's see.
Grills are real.
Yay.
I heard somebody say the grills are real. I'm like, the grills are so real. The grills are like the most real. What did I get a friend request from? On this video game? Kaja something or another. Who are you? I don't think I have enough room for you to be a friend of mine. Shit. Fucking Blizzard. Give me unlimited friends on my stupid fucking BattleNet list. It's so stupid. Yep, I'm over. Damn it. Alright, I'm over 200 people still. Okay, we're gonna get there. I gotta delete somebody.
I have made 4 flowers. This is going great.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the recording, kill the stream.